Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to discuss on some interesting updates. We start with Ansu Fati, as the Barca attacking gem has not asked to leave the club. He's still willing to fight for his place. We are going to discuss on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about goalkeeper Marc-Andre ter Stegen, as the Barca captain is confident that his agent will meet club officials to discuss a contract renewal very soon. We are also going to be discussing more about that. So, as we enter right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona's sticky financial state has put them at a crossroads. While their talented players residing in the ranks, easing the burden on the wage bill is deemed important to create leeway with financial fair play. As such, Barca are looking to offload some players from their ranks, and Ansu Fati has been one of the names or one of the players who finds himself facing an uncertain future. Earlier today, it was reported that the youngster had decided to leave the club this summer after significant members of the Blaugrana hierarchy vouched for his sale. However, as per the latest updates from Mundo Deportivo, Ansu has not asked to leave Barcelona at all. In fact, he wants to stay and fight for opportunities under Xavi Hernandez. Why the report argues that Fati is hell-bent on succeeding at his boyhood club, he has not completely closed the doors on a departure and will consider alternatives if his situation does not improve. As of today, Ansu wants to stay at Barca, but if his situation doesn't change for the better in the next few months, he would be open to leaving the club potentially in the winter transfer window. Currently, Fati is struggling to acquire consistent game time and risk being displaced in the pecking order by the likes of Ace Abday and Lamine Yamal. But in order to improve his situation, the Fati clan met and agreed that the player would work to earn Xavi's trust and have a position in the starting 11. With the market value of 35 million euros, Ansu Fati has attracted a lot of interest in the summer transfer window. Even so, the player is committed to the Blaugrana cause and aspires to have one last shot at redemption. Of course, Ansu Fati's future has been very uncertain, has been spoken about countless number of times by the media as a player who is feeling so disappointed and feels like he's frustrated and he's feeling the lack of trust from his manager. And how sad can it be having Fati, who left La Masia some years back, showed a lot of promise, becoming the fan favorite. But the thing is, injuries could not let him to have that peace of mind to play. But last season, majority of last season, we saw Fati being fit without any injury concerns. But it was just quite unfortunate that things were not moving. Things were not moving. Like whenever Fati was given that opportunity to impress, Ansu Fati failed to make a great impression, right? But that for me doesn't mean that he should be sold outrightly. That doesn't mean he's a bad player and he should not be counted upon. I still doubt. I'm still surprised. Like, why Xavi just completely lost trust and faith so quickly for Ansu? Why? Why is Xavi not saying, okay, if Barca actually need money, they should better sell players like Eric Garcia, who has no future, or sell even Ferran Torres, who was even far worse than Fati last season. But he's looking at Fati as a player that he wants to sacrifice, right? And if you ask Xavi, Xavi will tell you, look, because the club needs money to finance other transfers before the summer closes. For me, that's no excuse. That's no excuse. There are players out there that Barca can still sell and make the money to finance those transfers, but not Fati. This is a guy who, despite his very poor form, was I think the third highest goal scorer for Barca last season. After Lewandowski, we had Rafinha who scored. Then we had the Ansu Fati, despite his poor form, was still the third top goal scorer of Barcelona last season. But he was, yes, it's true that he was not at his best level. But this season, we have seen Fati, especially in pre-season, showing some great signs that he is doing a comeback to becoming his best version of himself. And selling him right now might be something that Xavi or we, the Barca fans, will regret. And just imagine a scenario where he's been sold to a club and we start seeing the Ansu Fati doing magic there. It won't surprise me at all because I think Fati is a good player. Fati is a very quality player to have. If Javi has doubts, they should just give Fati this last chance. Or let me say, yes, this season should be his last chance. If he doesn't impress like how he did last season, then I don't think many people will argue if Barca wants to sell him next year. But if he does impress and do something different, then I think it will be something great. You will contribute a lot because Xavi, from all indications, is just pushing and he's just struggling to like Ansu Fati. That's just the truth. Because nearly all the games you will see Fati always starting from the bench, which was not supposed to be so. Fati in his best form shouldn't be a player that should be benched. But I don't know what Javi wants Fati to do because if Javi gives him more chances, I believe that Ansu Fati will bring out the best that he can. Then on to the final story of discussion. Marc-Andre Ter Stegen enjoyed a brilliant campaign last time out, playing an integral role in Barca's La Liga victory, also winning the Zamora Trophy and breaking a lot of records. The German was also one of the club captains following Gerard Piqué's retirement midway throughout the season. Building on that, the departures of Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba earlier this summer saw Ter Stegen being elevated to the status of second club captain behind Sergio Roberto, a key figure on the pitch in the dressing room. The 31-year-old still has 2 years left on his contract with Barcelona. But according to Gerard Romero, Ter Stegen's agent Rene von Bruch have met with Barca officials already to discuss the goalkeeper's contract renewal with a potential salary cut. It has been previously reported that Barca's wish to keep the former Borussia Mönchengladbach man at the club for a long time. The Blaugrana have plans to offer him a contract until 2028, at which point he would be in the final phase of his career. With Romero's update does not mention details of the potential contract extension. He claims that a new deal for the shortstopper was discussed between the club and his agent. Ter Stegen is also one of the highest earners at Barca, owing to his deferred salary payments from the past and the lucrative contract he signed during Josep Maria Bartomeu's presidency. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.